Wouldn't you look at that? AFC is becoming more and more like Eurovision. In all the wrong ways. Hello, this is J.E. Realize, and I should preface this by saying these episodes regarding the semifinals and the final are going to be significantly shorter than the first round shows, mainly because I've already talked about all the songs, so there really isn't any reason to talk at length about them. But let's go into the next subject. We're actually gaining viewers. In the last show, apparently we finally went back up above the 1.5 million viewer mark, which still puts us behind the other big three broadcasters, but at the very least it's a gain. And honestly, I don't even know what to say about that. NBC is just changing the formula over and over again. They still kept the whole "we're gonna reveal the jury list as the show goes on" thing. They're still doing that. They're doing the whole, "oh, here's how people are voting by state." They're still doing that. It befuddles me why they think spoiling the show is a good idea. But they say, "oh, don't worry, you can still qualify even if you suck." I don't know, I don't see courtship advancing through the redemption qualifiers. Anyway, we'll get into the second redemption slot later. Let's first talk about who qualified from show 5. Well, first off, we got Michigan. No dur. Second up is American Samoa. That's a pretty bizarre choice. Not that I have anything against American Samoa, but I don't really care that much about Kentucky. I don't really care that much about New Hampshire, and that's basically the same thing with American Samoa. I mean, I preferred Guam. And North Carolina, standard country song, I preferred Idaho. And then, third qualifier through the 50-50 is California, which, I mean, who am I to complain? I mean, I was born and raised in California, I live in California, California's my home state, and they're still a rather good song to me, so yeah, I mean, Illinois didn't make it, I'm kind of bummed about that, but I got California, I'm keeping California. Okay, let's talk about the voting, because they changed the system, and it resembles in a lot of ways Eurovision 2009, because first we're going to start the show with the jury qualifier. I'll get to that. And the next 4 slots will be entirely public vote. So, that makes me a bit nervous. I get it if they decided, oh, we're going to put the public qualifiers first and then have a jury pick the last spot, like they actually did in 2008 and 2009 semifinals for Eurovision. And then we could go on to the final and it would be the standard 50-50 stuff. But they decided, oh, let's give them a quick fix qualifier and let's just keep the jury out of the rest of it. Which means New Boot Goofin is going to qualify for the final, isn't it? Oh. Also, if you're watching this video, it's too late for you to vote. The voting window has been condensed to end thereabouts at Tuesday morning. So, if you've missed it, all you can really do is hold your breath and not cry if your favorites don't make it through. I mean, I'm currently struggling to keep it all in. Which leads us into the performances. Now, from what we heard from official sources, they're going to be slightly elevated from what we got in the first round. And basically what that means is we'll keep the stuff that works and replace the stuff that doesn't. So that's why I'm just going to rapid fire through this, more or less. First up is Kentucky. Basically what they did was they added some church windows and some candles. That's about it. Then we got Colorado, in which not much really changed except more focused on backup dancers, outfit change, but that's basically everyone. And a blink and you miss it section in which you'll see Riker's face on the LED screens. New Hampshire, they went rather bonkers on this one. They had Maudie in a new getup, they had her on an elevated platform, all this crazy stuff. And how could I forget? I almost forgot this. They had drummers beating drums. I guess you could say that Mari is a flyoneer. And the fourth up is Washington, which didn't really change that much. We saw Alan Stone walking through a crowd to get to the part where he would be strumming along, and basically everything else is just standard. Alabama is slightly different, in which they had new outfits basically, and the camera panned away when they were about to kiss. Really? You're that sensitive, NBC? Well, at least the co-part of the Nico decided to drop one on the cheek when the cameras were back looking at them again. Which, it's the little victories, I guess. Then we had Wyoming, which basically didn't change that much, except he didn't walk out of the saloon like he did in the first show. And he got a new outfit, and basically that was more or less that. Rhode Island more or less just changed the color of their set. They went for red instead of blue, which is a rather odd decision. Blue is a lot more soulful, more downtime reflection. Red is a little more vibrant. And yeah, Houston changed his outfit to something a little lighter. He's got the denim jacket and such. But it's like he has no hat to start with, and I don't know if it fits, but that's with the acknowledgement that I have watched the original performance. Still a fine song. Next up is Montana, and okay, you have more of a crowd, you have more interactions, you have this one lady he likes to hit on, he gives her his jacket, and you got scenic roads they're driving in the background. It's not Netherlands 2014, but I guess it's something. Also, I realized why Jonah Prill just kind of riles me up. It's because of the bulging arm muscles. And the face. Kind of reminds me of someone I know, and yeah, that's someone I know I'm not particularly fond of. So, I've acknowledged my biases. Is my number going down yet? But after we get Jonas Swale, and we get who we're going to see in the second semifinal who qualify through the redemption round. And if you're watching TikTok, you can basically guess. It's Anissa from New York. Which means we got 3 of the 4 most populated states in the US in the same semifinal. Florida couldn't make it because of complications. So yeah, Texas, California, New York, second semifinal. It's gonna be rather scary, I gotta admit. We move on to Michigan, Ada Leanne, Natalie. Basically, hardly anything changes. Except we get drip fireworks. Not to be confused with the burning ceiling. That's totally different. We get drip fireworks. Then we get Massachusetts. Not much really changes except for more of a sonar feeling. But hey, it's the song I'm most excited about, so what else can I say, really? And finally, Oklahoma. They did say they were going to do some high-flying stuff, which means ropes not just on the ground, but also on the ceiling, and that's where Alexa starts us off. And we get a whole bunch of these masks. I mean, I know you're losing the masked singer, but isn't that a little too on the nose? And new outfits. So basically, if you were watching the semifinals expecting some stuff to be radically different, and well, it was different, but I guess the best way I can equate this to Eurovision is if you watched the Ukrainian national final, you would see that the semifinal performances and the final performances were pretty different. Like, for example, remember O Torvald's Ukrainian semifinal performance where the lead gets sniped? No, I'm not kidding. He gets shot in the chest, except it's a prop, and he bleeds. It's all just a prop. You know how it is. That would be kind of scary in 2022, admittedly, but, you know, it's like different sensibilities, all that sort of stuff. And now we get to the voting results. I'm still kind of miffed that they kept the jury list updating ranking thing. But if you've been paying attention to the contest, there are 4 jury qualifiers hanging out in the semifinal. We got Houston from Rhode Island, Jordan Smith from Kentucky, Alan Stone from Washington, and Ada Leanne from Michigan. It's basically between those 4. And you better hope to God you qualified from show 3, because that's basically the only chance you're gonna get at being a non-jury qualifier with a good chance of getting a jury qualifier. Now, though, it went to Alan Stone. Alan Stone, again, got a jury qualifier, which basically makes it clear, if you're paying attention to the contest. We're down to 2 potential winners of the entire contest. And that would be either Alan Stone from Washington or Tyler Braden from Tennessee. The latter of which is going to compete in the second semifinal. Basically, everyone else, I don't see a hope for them winning. Now, it could be that the votes for the jury and the televote could shift. But besides that, well, I'm not holding out much hope. And out of the 2 songs, I don't really care one way or the other. I'm not really that invested. So yeah, I guess congratulations Alan Stone for beating Rhode Island. Because apparently that's another thing. Alan Stone said that if he lost to Rhode Island, he would quit making music. So congratulations Alan Stone. Your childishness got you a spot in the final. Don't count on that happening again. Not that it matters. He's already in the final show. All he has to worry about is winning. Do the feedback thing. Like, comment, subscribe, or dislike. I have a feeling those who are going to be disliking me are New Yorkers who are mad at me for being tough on their state. I mean, it's just a contest. Yeah, my heart was racing through my chest because I was worried California wasn't going to make it. But hey, you got in. Follow me on Twitter at JERealized. This has been JERealized. I'll see you in the second semifinal, and I have to watch the second semifinal anyway. I mean, California is going to be in there. I am not going to sleep at night in that situation. Bye!